Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Young here, and I have a little bit different of an intro. I think I'm gonna be switching it around a little bit, trying out something new. But in this video, I wanted to be showing you guys the binds that I currently have and the best binds I think for a lot of controller players and something that you guys should give a try. And so here, I was actually, for some reason, it wouldn't let me record unless I was on 60 FPS. So here and I'm just free building. I'm basically playing, I play on a 240 hertz monitor, and for whatever reason, it was making me play on 60 FPS. So for those of you guys who do play on those higher refresh rates, you guys know the pain that I'm feeling. I couldn't do anything. It felt super uncomfortable. Everything was laggy. Everything was really glitchy, framey, all that kind of good stuff. So I kind of just messing around building here at the beginning. So don't judge me. I promise I'm a little bit better than what you guys see. But I wanted to be sharing with you guys the binds that I currently have on and kind of the reason why I do. And for those of you guys who don't know, I use an Xbox Elite 2 controller. It just came in a few days ago, so that's the controller I've been using. So of course, if you have if you use a scuff with maybe one or two paddles, or if you're on a regular controller, it might be a little bit different, because for those guys on the regular controller, you probably play claw, or maybe you play regular and somehow can pull it off. And so here's just like the X and Y. I'm not really going to be covering that too much, but if you guys wanted to know, that's what they were. I really want to be covering over the binds. I did change a few things from my previous videos, and I kind of want to explain why these binds can help you improve your building depending on what kind of binds that you have, and improve your gameplay much more. So the first one that I wanted to cover is the pickaxe. And the thing about the pickaxe is, once you assign the pickaxe to a certain keybind, I guess you can say, it's the exact same for your combat controls, your build controls, and also your edit controls. So whatever you have on your pickaxe is going to carry through all the way. And so I have the toggle pickaxe on the left D-pad, and of course, like I said, I have an Elite controller, so I have that bind to the upper left paddle. That's what I press to toggle my pickaxe. A lot of you guys probably still use Y, which is totally fine. It's not that big of a deal. You don't have to move your thumb too much, but I personally like to have it on my pals. I just put it on a few days ago, and I really love it. And the main reason why I like it so much, because the pickaxe is one of those things you pull out all the time, whether you're trying to take someone's wall, maybe you're just mining stuff, trying to be quick with it. So it's really important that you have a pickaxe button that's very easy to press and you have really good access to. So that's why I have it on the left D-pad, upper left paddle, and that's why I have it for that bind. The next bind is my edit bind. My edit bind is the upper right on my paddles. My upper right, it's binded to the right on the D-pad. I think this is a really good bind for editing. Some people choose to use the left stick, like the L3. You click the left stick down. Some people like to use that for editing, which also would be another really good editing. For me personally, I don't have anything bind to L3 at all, except for in my build controls, I do have something a little bit different, which I'll cover. But as far as my edit button, that's what I have. I think it's very good. I don't have anything bind to the bottom D-pad, and the reason being, for some reason, I don't know if it's just me, but I have a little bit of a glitch. I'm going to try it out. Maybe it was just my old controllers. What would happen is, for whatever reason, sometimes when I'm using, my paddles, it would accidentally press down on the D-pad. For some reason, it would, and like on that bind, I would usually have like a place marker or something, and it would keep placing markers randomly. I wouldn't even press the D-pad, so I ended up taking it off. A lot of you guys could put something there if you guys don't have that problem. Y is something, I'm probably going to switch it to my emote wheel, so it's a lot easier to press. But the reason why I have it unbound right now is because I'm getting used to the toggle pickaxe on the upper left D-pad, because it used to be on Y. So still during my games, I'm accidentally hitting Y, which would be the most annoying thing ever if I had my emote on it. So I have it unbind for now, just so I can get comfortable and feel it out. And the rest of the binds on the combat controls are just, I think, default or what everything used to be. So going into my build controls, of course, like I said about the pickaxe, once you put a pickaxe bind on, it goes all the way through your building, editing, and also on your combat. So it goes through everything. My left stick down, I have that as trap picker, place slash interact, and this is very good because it makes it very easy to place traps. Some people have it on the right stick, and the reason why I don't is because I like to crouch. Sometimes it can be very beneficial to crouch behind a wall while building at the same time, rather than having to come out of your builds just so you can crouch and then re-pull out your builds again. So it's very, very useful to be able to crouch while building at the same time. So that's why I have it on the left stick. I don't really know if you guys play claw, you could probably have it on maybe like Y. You could have it maybe on maybe that's really the only bind I can see. Maybe one, I guess maybe like Y, and you can have it on your left stick. I don't really know what other binds you could have your traps as. Maybe on X. And so I changed, like I said, I used to have my change material slash trap on my left upper left D-pad where my toggle pickaxe is, but like I said, it goes all the way through, so I had to move that over to X. So that's what I have for my change material slash trap. And for the rest of the binds here, pretty much default. Like I said, I really do like to be able to crouch when I'm building. Some of you guys might have to give up that bind, but if you're able to have it on, I would really recommend having it on. It's very, very good. So going into my edit controls, and what I have here is, like I said, toggle, like for the 5th time, the pickaxe goes all the way through, so that's why it's on the edit controls as well. And, you know, right on the D-pads unbind, down the D-pads unbind, left stick is unbound. And the reason why left stick is unbound is because if you guys don't already have auto run on, highly just throw it on. Do yourself a favor. It's very, very good to have on. So if you guys aren't already using auto run, make sure to throw it on. It's very, very helpful. Something you guys want to make sure you have on all the time. Very good. And so everything else on the right side, unbound, unbound, out, unbound, and then jump. And then my reset is going to be the right stick down. A lot of you guys might use different things for reset, but for me personally, I like to have it at the right stick. I think that's the default. It just feels very comfortable, something I'm used to. So that's why I have right stick down as my reset button. My left trigger is for confirm, as you can see on the upper left. I used to have my left on the D-pad as confirm, but went all the way through. I have the toggle pickaxe now. So I end up switching it to LT, and it feels very, very comfortable. It's just something that I'm still trying to get used to, and it still feels very easy to press. Still feels very easy to use, just something I'm not used to. And then here's my dead zones. Don't think I changed it since my last video, but in case I did, here's the dead zones that I have: 0.14, and the right stick I have 0.16. If you guys didn't watch my dead zone video and want to give my full opinion on what dead zones you guys personally should use, definitely check it out. It's a very good video. It goes in depth and show you guys exactly why, or exactly what dead zone you guys should specifically be using. And one thing specifically with editing I still wanted to touch on that can really help you guys out a ton when it comes to editing and choosing a bind to edit. For me, and like I said, this is me personal, but I feel like a lot of you guys could benefit from this as well. When you're choosing a bind for edit and choosing a bind for confirm, for me, it's really the best thing to do to have a bind for edit on one side of the controller, and also have a bind for confirm on the opposite side of the controller. It makes it super easy so you can press it at the same time very quickly. So like I said, for my edit button, it's my upper right paddle, so it's on the right side of my controller, and my confirm is going to be my left trigger. So as you can see, it's on opposite sides of the controller, and I think this personally makes it 10 times easier to press and go for quick edits, because it's on the opposite side of the controller. You're able to press them very, very quick one after another. But if they were on the same side as the controller, I feel like it's a little bit more difficult, because you're kind of pressing, you know, everything at once with the same hand, which can make a little bit more confusing and just a little bit harder in some instances depending on which bind you have. But that's what I would recommend having, is having an edit bind on the right side of your controller and the other one on your left, or maybe have your edit on your left and have your confirm on your right. That's what I personally use. I think that's the best route to choose when it comes to choosing your edit binds. I think that's going to allow you to build a lot quicker and a lot faster here in this game if you do change those edit binds. So definitely check it out. And I hope this video helped you guys out when it comes to your edit binds. Like I said, I play on Elite Controller. So if you guys play on Claw, or maybe something a little bit different, maybe you still found some value in this video. But that's what I would recommend having. For those guys who do play like a regular controller and no claw, for those of you guys who somehow are able to pull that off, your binds are going to be a little bit different, because you don't have the luxury of having any sort of paddles, anything like that. So it can be a little bit more difficult if you do play regular controller with regular fingers, I guess you can say. So it will be make it a little bit more difficult, and your binds might look completely different to mine. But I hope this video helped you guys out in the slightest. And with that being said, that's wrap up for this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you guys liked it, make sure you guys do drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, turn on my post notifications so you guys are notified for every single new video. And alright guys, I'll see you next video.